So here is my mostly finished video. I have two audio tracks. Of course, one is the interview, one is the music. I've, as you can see here, gone in with my pen tool and done all kinds of fine-tuning edits on how I wanted it exactly to sound. I have actually 5 layers of visuals. There is 2 headshots from the interview. There is 2 separate shots from the straight song going through, and on the very top layer here I've added my B-roll separately, trying my best to time them. These are actually, interestingly enough, 2 different recordings. This recording of her playing this song wasn't done at the same time as the recording of her audio here, so it's kind of just trying to make it fit best you can. So there's several pieces of B-roll down here and then the closing shots. So I have a couple different B-roll sequences. I didn't have nearly enough B-roll footage as I would have liked. I would have liked to have footage of her outside of this environment, but this is what we had time for. Keep in mind, all of this was shot within our 2-hour class, so not only did we shoot this within 2 hours, there was a lot of instruction going on at the same time. Okay, so my last finishing touches here, or at least right now I need to put on titles. There are 3 titles what I'm going to add. I'm going to add an introduction title, I think on this visual, just call it The Musician or something like that. On the headshot here or on the tight, I have to add Vanessa's name in a lower third title down here. And then I have to have some kind of end credits down at the bottom here. So to create my first title, new title, default still, and this one I'm just going to call open, and it's just going to be the start, the first title. I'll click OK, and I come into my titling window here. Double click on that. Now, this isn't where I want this to show up, so I'm going to move my playhead to the point where I think I'm going to have this show. Perfect. So I'm just going to bring it up a little more, maybe. Let's see. Where does the hand go? Let's try there and see what happens. So select the title, put it on, and we'll just call it not a fan of that font, so I'm just gonna Helvetica it. Nice and simple. I'm gonna move, actually I'm gonna add a stroke. I can, if I want, take a color from, if you want, you can take a color from the frame by using the eyedropper. Or you can just sort of keep it classic. I want to add a stroke though so that it stands out a little more. So if I have white, I'm going to take that stroke down. Okay, let's just go ahead and now move this somewhere where it's going to make sense. And close it. And now you still have to find your title in your project panel and plop it on there. So let's just see how this is going to look.
At first you're nervous. It's like anything else. Then you start kind of...
Perfect. So I don't mind that. The only thing, right, is I don't want it to sort of just pop up the way it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my pen tool and fade it in and out. I'll extend it a little bit, so it's just going to fade in and fade out.
At first you're nervous. It's like anything else. Then you start...
And right about there.
kind of
Let's see how that looks.
at first you're nervous. It's like anything else. Then you start kind of
Perfect. All right, so that's the first title. The second title you have to add is the name. Oh, I hope I spelled that right. I'll double check it after. I'm just doing this for expediency. And we'll just go ahead and we're going to put it down here in this corner. And we know we're going to Helvetic it. We're going to make it the same. Actually, let's do something else. Let's trash this one. Trash this title. I'm going to show you another way. This button right here, you'll get new title based on current title. So that way we won't have to restyle it. We have our styling already done. We'll take it. We'll call that. Perfect. And now we can just go in and change the musician to her name. And we'll move it to the other side. Something like that. Move our playhead to where we're going to put that title. So that title will appear over this wide shot, I think. And same deal, we will have to fade it up and fade it out. Check how it's showing up. Looks pretty good, actually. I can move it off our arm. So we will double click here just to move it over. I think the stroke, or maybe we can make it lighter. Right? Something like that maybe stands out a little better. And again, pen tool, fade the title up. And pen tool to fade it down.
That make a song, and when they all come together really sincerely, you can just...
There's your edit, so that worked out good. And then the final titles you want to do is something at the end. So you need some kind of credits. It's going to be, let's see, I'll just do same thing. So end credits, and it's going to be I don't know who wrote this song, but we'll have to ask Vanessa so we can get that. Edited by Dan Williams. Video shoot. Go video by Loyalist. I'm going to do something funny and do at Loyalist Photo J, the Twitter handle. Edited by Dan Williams. And I'm actually going to turn this into a roll credit, and it's going to start off screen and end off screen. Okay. And I need to position it over. And it's going to be I want to render. And ideally I would have the name of the song's author. So that's that. There's my end credits. I'm going to drop those down here on the end and see how that works out. Okay, so I'm actually gonna move that over and finesse it. But keep in mind, right? There's 3 points. We'll move that title up there just to not. So there's 3 titles that you have to add for your finished project: an introductory title, a lower third title telling who the person is, giving their name, introducing the character, and some kind of end credit.